Chuck Bass is Chuck Bass. Like, if you don't know who Chuck Bass is, sis, you're doing something wrong.
To my channel. My name is Angelina, and as you can see by the title, today we are going to be doing a Netflix suggestions video. So today I'm going to tell you guys about some of my favorite Netflix shows and movies and stuff like that, things that you might want to binge watch just if you're looking for some new Netflix shows. And just because as of right now we don't really know how the summer is going to go, so a lot of us are still stuck inside in a bunch of different places. I know I'm stuck inside most of the week because there's not a lot to do outside in New York currently. So these are some of the shows that I've been watching. Don't mind my hair, I just got out the shower and I was just like, hey, let me film a Netflix suggestions video. I was watching some of these the other day actually, and I was like, I should do one because I know a lot of people are looking for new shows. Like I said, I have started recently a lot of shows and I've finished a lot of shows. A lot of these shows I have watched months ago, years ago. A lot of them I had just watched, a lot of them I just finished, and all of them are really, really good and I love all of them. So if you hear anything in this video about anything you like, definitely go check them out. I'm gonna put the pictures of the Netflix posters here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, so I have a bunch of shows and like movies, mostly shows. I don't really watch movies like that, just personally. I don't know why, I just don't. Like, it's really hard for me to sit down and watch a movie. I'm like one of those people that like has to get up and stuff unless I'm like into the movie. Like if I'm into the movie, I will not get up, I'll watch the whole thing. But a lot of the times I'm just not a movie person. I get too antsy, I have to move, I have to get up, I have to do something. But yeah, so with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a couple shows. So the first show that I have is Jane the Virgin. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what Jane the Virgin is. So basically it's about this girl who lives with her mom and her grandma, and she has a boyfriend, and she ends up getting artificially inseminated one day, and then she finds out she's pregnant, but she's confused because she's like a virgin, so you know. And then she ends up realizing that a doctor artificially inseminated her, and then she ends up keeping the baby, and then it's just a whole long story. And then, you know, she finds out who the baby's father is. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it, especially if you watch it. She ends up finding out who the baby's father is, and it's actually really surprising because he ends up being someone that she kind of already knew, kind of, sort of. And then it just takes her along this whole storyline about her family, and specifically her, and just everything like that. And it's really crazy. It kind of gets all over the place at certain points, but other than that, it's a really good show and I would definitely recommend it. Okay, next I have, don't come at me for saying this because I know a lot of people like have mixed emotions on Riverdale. Well, I just said it, but the next show is Riverdale. So personally, I love Riverdale. I'm obsessed with it. I don't think it's gotten corny. A lot of people said that like over the 3rd and 4th season it's gotten like bad, but I think it's only gotten better. Basically it's about this group of high school teens who live in Riverdale, and they all have their own individual problems, and there's like, they encounter like all these crazy murderers, and there's drugs and gangs and all this stuff, and all their families are like messed up and twisted in some sort of way, and it's just basically a town with creepy things that always happens. And honestly, it's like once one thing ends, it's like another thing happens, and it's like, didn't we just get rid of you? But definitely if you're looking for like a thriller, it's not a thriller, but if you're looking for something with action and like, you know, romance and like high school stuff and all that stuff, it's like all of that in one. So it's definitely really good. I definitely recommend it. Right now Riverdale has 4 seasons and a 5th season is coming out, I believe, but it might be stalled because of all the stuff going on right now. So I don't know if they got to film or anything like that. So, but definitely check out Riverdale. Okay, the next show is a classic, and if you haven't watched this show, you need to go watch it, because like, what are you doing? The next show is Gossip Girl. Yes, Gossip Girl. I don't care like how old this show is, it is like the best show in the world. It is my favorite show ever. It will always be my favorite show. I've rewatched it 2 times already. It is so good. I'm currently almost finished with the 6th season, which is the last season, because Gossip Girl does only have 6 seasons, sadly. I wish it had like 10. So basically, if you don't know, but you should. So basically Gossip Girl is about these 4 rich high schoolers, right, from the Upper East Side of Manhattan in New York, and it's about these 4 rich teens, and it's about their life, drama, money, love. And basically the show just kind of shows you how money doesn't buy you happiness, and it teaches you a lot of lessons, you know, if you really look into the show and like pay attention. Once you get deep into the show, you understand. If you haven't watched Gossip Girl and you don't know who Chuck Bass is, sis, you're missing out. There's this person called Gossip Girl, and this person like follows these 14's lives and like spreads rumors, and they like know their every movement, and they spread lies. This person, whoever this Gossip Girl is, just caused drama in everybody's life. I'm not gonna say who Gossip Girl is because obviously I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah. And basically the whole whole 6 seasons, they're like trying to figure out who Gossip Girl is. They're living their life scared of Gossip Girl because she ruins everything, and that's basically what Gossip Girl is. I definitely recommend Gossip Girl, like 100% recommend it. If I'm gonna recommend any of these shows, it would definitely be Gossip Girl. Well, I'm lying, there's like a couple shows I definitely put up there with Gossip Girl, but Gossip Girl is definitely number 1. Watch it. Next I have Fuller House. So this is more for like people, if you watch Full House, like if you want to see like the updated like today version of Full House. Basically that's what it is. So basically, if you know what Full House is, Fuller House is just basically the lives of the kids from Full House and their kids, and like their whole lives and stuff, and like the people from Full House, like Joey, all those people, they all come back and like make visits, appearance and stuff, and basically it's just about their lives. It's literally the same thing as Full House, just an up-to-date version. I definitely recommend this. It has 5 seasons. The 5th season was this last season. I'm like on the 5th season right now. It's really good, and it's definitely just one of those like, you know, old-timey like nostalgia shows, you know, if you watch Full House when you were like younger and stuff. So definitely recommend that. Next show is Insatiable. And this show has Debbie Ryan in it, and basically the show is about a bullied girl. So basically Debbie Ryan, who plays this girl, she gets bullied in high school and stuff. She ends up finding a way to like feel better about herself, which is a beauty pageants, and then she meets this guy, and like she ends up falling in love with him, but he's like her beauty pageant coach and stuff, and it's like a whole thing. Mind you, she's like a teenager in high school, and she's trying to have a relationship with a grown man. She's just really messed up in the head, and the whole show is really crazy. I'm not sure if there's even, I think they canceled this show, to be honest. I think there's only like 2 seasons maybe, because like the show was like, people were offended by the show. But I mean, I found the 1st season alright. I didn't really understand it like that, and I watched it a long time ago, so definitely correct me if I'm wrong about the show down below. Okay, the next show is On My Block. So On My Block is just an all-around good show. On My Block is about these teenagers in high school again, and basically they just live in like a very bad neighborhood. They grew up in bad environments, and it's these 4 teenagers, and they just they grew up around gangs, violence, all that stuff. And basically the whole show is about you know, romances, growing up, friendship. There's this like huge mystery they have to solve. I'm not gonna spoil the mystery, and like they all find it together, and they're like, just like, it's basically like looking out for each other. It's just basically a show about friendship and family, and just like a lot of violence and games and stuff like that. The last season that I just watched though, so the most recent, I was so upset when it ended, because like, you know, like when people go off different paths, they all forget about each other, and I'm just like, no, they can't like end the show like that. They all forgot about each other, like what the hell. So I hope there's another season, like, and they all get back together, you know, one last time, and like do some like mystery solving or whatever. Okay, the next show, oh my god. So this show is like one of the best shows ever. I literally just finished it yesterday. It's called Never Have I Ever. And Jesus, when y'all watch this, let me know what you think of Paxton. Like, go watch it and then come back to this video and comment down below what you think of Paxton, because Paxton is just beautiful. Like, literally. It's only on the 1st season because it is a new show, but there is a 2nd season coming, so definitely watch it, because I think the show is gonna go on for a long time because it's so good. But basically it's about this Indian girl and her family. Her dad dies, and basically her Indian family like doesn't allow her to have boyfriends, and her mom's really strict, and like, you know, they have arranged marriages and stuff, and she's going to high school, and she just wants to fit in and stuff, and she doesn't want to be seen as the girl whose dad died in a school concert, because he died in a school concert, and she just wants to fit in. So basically that's what the show is about. And oh yeah, and Paxton, so basically she meets this boy Paxton. Her name's Davy. She meets this boy Paxton, and like, you know, obviously she's a nerd and he's like the cool kid, you know. That's how all the shows go. And basically like she really likes him, and you know, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, because you know, but like, you know what happens in the end, you know. But definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. I literally just finished it yesterday and it was so good. Okay, let me speed this up because I have a lot of shows. Okay, next show is Grey's Anatomy. we all know what Grey's Anatomy is. It's about a bunch of doctors. Meredith Grey, the show's kind of based around her, I guess, and her life and all the doctors' lives and love stories, yada yada yada. They all, you know, it's like, it's not hard, it's kind of hard to explain because every episode's kind of different. Like, it follows a storyline, but it's all over the place. I kind of stopped watching it on the 6th season. I just started again, and I believe there's like 15 seasons, 16 or 17 seasons, I'm not even sure, but there's a lot of seasons. So if you like doctor shows and you need something to binge watch, definitely watch Grey's Anatomy, because there's like 17 seasons, and like that's a lot of seasons. Next show is Sex Education. Basically, this show is about teens in high school in like in like Britain or London or something. I honestly don't know where they're from, and basically they start this sex education like business in school, because like all the kids in the school are uneducated about sex education. So they start this business, Maeve and I forgot the boy's name, and they start this business about sex education, help people, and like, you know, they end up like liking each other. It turns into this whole thing, but definitely go watch that. It's a pretty good show, you know, it teaches you lessons and stuff. It's kind of one of those like really funny shows, you know, it's like not like a, you know, yeah. Yeah, could I call you right back though, because I was like filming. Say hi.
Oh my god.
Say
oh my
hi.
god. Bye. Jesus.
I'll call you back when I'm done. Love you. Okay, the next show is The Good Place. Oh my god, this show is so good. I don't know, it just really touches my heart, this show, because it's like about afterlife and stuff, and it's just crazy like to see like how their interpretation of it, just personally to me. So basically, The Good Place is where this lady and ends up going to the good place basically when she dies, and the good place is considered heaven, and you know, the bad place is like, you know what I'm talking about. And basically she ends up going to the good place, but the same day another lady died who has her name, and she ended up going to the bad place. And basically they mixed it up because they had the same names, and like the lady who went to the good place was really supposed to go to the bad place, and the one who went to the bad place was supposed to go to the good place. She's living day by day, trying not to let anybody find out that she's in the wrong place or whatever. And basically it's like that. She has this best friend, he's really nerdy and stuff. And yeah, that's what the show's about. Like, I'm not gonna spoil too much because then it's like, you know, but that's like the gist of the show, so definitely go watch that. So I'm gonna do some movies now. Next movie is After. Girl, if you have not watched After and you do not know who Hardin Scott is, what are you doing? Like, oh my god, if you haven't watched After, I don't know what's wrong with you. So basically After is about this girl named Tessa and a boy named Hardin, and Tessa goes to college. Hardin's already in college, he's older than her. She goes into college, and she ends up meeting Hardin at a party. I think, did she meet him at a party? Yeah, she ends up meeting Hardin at a party, and like basically she's playing hard to get, but he really likes her because, you know, like he likes the hard to get. Like she's different from other girls basically. And basically they end up falling in love. They're like one of those really toxic relationships. And like, yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it because like there's like a whole storyline, and there's like 5 books. I've read like 2 of them so far. I need to go to Barnes and Nobles actually and get the rest of them because I'm obsessed with these books. They're so good. And this movie's really, really good, so I definitely recommend it, especially if you're into romance and toxic relationships. I honestly don't know why I watch so many shows with toxic relationships in them and movies. I honestly have an issue, but it's okay. Oh yeah, but I definitely recommend that show. I mean, why do I keep saying show? Movie. I definitely recommend After. Definitely recommend it. Okay, so the next movie is To All the Boys I Loved Before 1 and 2. So there's 2 movies to this. The second movie just came out recently. So basically it's about this girl named Laura Jean, and basically she wrote love letters to like all the boys she loved before. All these love letters she wrote ended up getting out. All the boys got them. So basically one of the boys that she liked got it. They ended up falling in love. He cheated on her. It's a whole mess. And then in the second movie, so that was the first movie. In the second movie, one of the other boys who the other letter went to that she thought like they never got it because they never answered, he ended up coming to her house. He went and he came to her house and he was like, what's up? I got the letter. And like he freaking and and they basically like she was starting to catch feelings for him, but she already had a boyfriend from one of the other ones at school. It was a whole thing. Noah Centeno, I don't know how to say his name, is her boyfriend. I don't know what his name is in the movie, I forgot. And basically, yeah, and then the boy who came to her door and all that, she ends up falling in love with him, and then Noah cheats on her. I don't know his name in the movie, that's why I'm saying Noah. And yeah, it's just a whole thing. And then she ends up realizing
she's really supposed to be with Noah at the end, and it's so cute, and they're like in the snow, and they're like, ah.
You have to watch it. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at explaining things. Okay, the next movie is The Kissing Booth. This movie warms my heart every time I watch it, like literally. Okay, so basically it's about these two best friends, right? And so their mothers were best friends, and their mothers had them on the same day at the same time. So their mothers raised them together. The girl's mom ended up dying, so like she was always the boy, her boy best friend, and like all that. Her boy best friend had an older brother. And basically she really liked older brother, had a crush on him, but they had these set of rules, not supposed to date relatives and stuff. Moral of the story, the older brother and her ended up falling in love. They kept it from her best friend. Her best friend found out. He was so upset with her because she broke the rules, and like, you know, she was battling a constant battle of wanting to be with the person she loved or her best friend, and her best friend and her were always arguing. And then at the end of the day, her best friend was like, you know, like, you have to be happy for me, and he was like, yeah, go be happy. And then, you know, they got together, but the older brother ended up going to college, and it was so sad because, you know, they looked like really in love. Oh, and I missed the whole part. Basically they made this, her best friend and her had to make a fundraiser thing. For the fundraiser, they made a kissing booth, and like the older brother ended up kissing her at the kissing booth. That's where it all started. That's why it's called The Kissing Booth. And yeah, but he went off to college, and the second movie is coming out July 24th, so definitely watch it if you want to watch the second movie, because the second movie is about to come out. So you'll have 2 movies to watch back to back. Unlike me, I had to wait a whole year, but it's okay. Okay, the next show I have is Big Mouth. So Big Mouth is kind of just like a funny cartoon. Basically, Big Mouth is about teens growing up and their needs. There's like a hormone monster, and it's like basically telling these teens what to do as they're like gaining hormones and stuff, and like teen things and stuff like that. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying, you know? Okay, so the next show I have is Too Hot to Handle. So Too Hot to Handle is about this like island retreat, right? And there is basically a bunch of these people from all around the world who've never dated, who are always person to person, one night stand, and basically they trap them on this island together, and they have rules that they can't have any type of sexual contact, they can't touch, they can't kiss, they can't do anything, or they lose money because there's this big grand prize, right? And they're supposed to learn how to love emotionally and like all that stuff before they get to the sexual stuff, because these people on the island never have really emotionally loved, or like they have past traumas that stop them from this. So basically there's like this little Alexa thing, I forgot what it's called, but basically there's this thing, and it like gives them challenges and team building things, and like things to better their inner selves and emotional selves. But it's a really nice show and stuff, and you should definitely watch it if you're into that. It's like a reality TV show kind of. The next show, The Office. So I haven't really got into The Office like that, but I've heard it is honestly really, really good, and I'm gonna start watching it because I need something to binge watch, and it's one of those shows you could binge watch because I think they have like 9 or 10 seasons. It's one of those really funny comedy things, this show. I'm only on the first season, so I can't really like tell you what it's about, but it's honestly a really good show, and like everyone's heard about it more or less. I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't really watched it, so definitely go watch The Office because I heard it's honestly really good. This show is Orange is the New Black. So I know this is kind of an old show because it's been around for a long time, but Orange is the New Black is honestly a really, 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 really good show. It's about this girl named Piper, and she ends up getting arrested. Basically, it's her whole journey throughout prison and the people she meets, their journeys, and like they just go through a bunch of different challenges in prison, and then she ends up getting out of prison, and she has to function her way of life after she gets out of prison. It's just a whole thing. There's a lot of lessons in this show too, and just like the prison life, and it's like really crazy. It gets really crazy in like the 4th and 5th season. Like it gets really crazy. So like I definitely recommend it if you're into shows like that on the more serious side. but it's definitely on the more serious side of shows, but I definitely recommend it. It's a really good show. This next show is called Marlin. So basically this is another comedy. It's basically about Marlin, his name is Marlin, and his family, and basically it's just a really funny comedy. Every episode's different. It's like one of those shows. It's like a little reality TV show. Like if you've ever watched, what's one of those shows, like if you've ever watched what's that show called, Something Family, I forgot what it's called. It's like every episode changes, but it's about the family, and it's just a really funny show, and it's something to like lighten your mood or something. So I definitely recommend that show because like I was obsessed with it, and I honestly don't know if they're gonna have more seasons. I really hope they do because it's a really funny show. So with that being said, that is my last recommendation. Definitely let me know if you guys want to see more recommendations of Netflix shows, because I know a lot of shows are about to come out on Netflix, I've heard. So definitely let me know if you guys want to hear my updated Netflix list, or if you guys want me to do more movies or more TV shows. I'll definitely start watching some more stuff for you guys to like tell you guys how it is or stuff.
Watch the first couple episodes and let y'all know the tea.
So definitely let me know. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on my post notifications so you never miss one of my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.